Jerry and Dave on Panda Radio.
So, as we talked about on the show before, it is International Men's Day. Just some really interesting points going around, and one of them that I saw on Twitter. This came from Elizabeth Hobson.
Yeah, we've got Elizabeth Hobson on the line now.
Great.
Elizabeth, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, it's an interesting one for you because I've just asked you to give me your official title. It's too long.
Indeed.
Too long for me to remember. Tell us who you are and what you
It's a
do.
mouthful. I'm Elizabeth Hobson, and I'm the Director of Communications at the Justice for Men and Boys and the Women Who Love Them political party.
I mean, where did this come from?
Our party was founded in 2013 by our leader, Mike Buchanan, in response to the fact that the needs and the rights of men and boys are neglected by the state and society, unfortunately.
And it is an interesting one. This argument comes around normally at International Women's Day. People say, well, when's Men's Day? And it is today, isn't it? What are your thoughts about it?
It is today. International Men's Day is all about changing the narrative, and that's in two ways. One is by raising issues that are faced by men and boys, and also it's about celebrating men who are too often beleaguered in the cultural discourse.
What's wrong with feminism? Feminism is all about equality and saying, we can be treated equally, or am I wrong?
Well, it would be nice if that's what it was about. Unfortunately, I like to ask people, what is feminism for? And obviously, at certain points in time, there have been rights that women needed to be granted, like the right to vote and equal pay. As it stands, there are no legal rights that men have in our society that women don't have. So what is feminism for now?
It is a fascinating argument, this one, because there's never a winner around a pub table. When people do debate this one, Elizabeth. How did you fall into this one, Elizabeth, being a campaigner for it?
Well, I started out as a feminist, actually, and I thought that feminism was about the dictionary definition of equality between the sexes. And then I started talking to feminists, and I found out that actually it's not really. And bit by bit, I started bumping into men's rights activists like Mike Buchanan, the leader of our party, and anti-feminists, and finding out that actually there are a whole host of men's issues that I'd never even heard of.
But I don't know nothing or anything, but what you're actually saying seems to me, in my old little mind, actually very feminist, that it's about equality. Take gender out of the situation and start treating people like people rather than like genders.
That's an argument that I do hear, and unfortunately, the fact is, I talk about unicorn feminists. So unicorn feminists exist, and they are feminists who embody the dictionary definition. However, the mainstream is constantly attacking men and campaigning for privileges.
It is a fascinating argument.
I think this is fascinating. Yeah. We haven't got enough time, though. This is the problem.
Listen, Elizabeth.
Have you got time for a quick tweet from Mark Hamill, which might be interesting to you? He was Luke Skywalker in Star Wars.
We've always got time for a quick Mark Hamill.
Go on.
So he tweeted the other day, a viral tweet. He said that for centuries, men have had their chance to rule governments with middling to poor results. Who's ready to let women take charge completely? I know I am. So that's an example of the kind of attacks on men that are just par for the course.
It's a big argument, and today is the day that we expect to hear it, let's be honest.
To be honest, Elizabeth, although me and you disagree, I do think that there is always more space to talk about Luke Skywalker in politics, so I do completely agree with you on that. That is what I will agree on.
Elizabeth, one more time. What's the party called?
Justice for Men and Boys and the Women Who Love Them. Our website is j4mb.org.uk.
And that's Elizabeth, the Director of Communications there. Thank you very much, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Join Jerry and Dave from 7 a.m. on Panda Radio.